Meet Wendell, quite possibly the hardest working worm you will ever know. That's because he spends all day underground, burrowing through the earth. It's not that Wendell has anywhere special to go. He just has to go somewhere. Burrowing is a very important job for a worm. When worms burrow through the earth, go underground, it breaks up, which makes it easier for things to grow. So you see, Wendell is not only a hard-working worm, he's a very important worm. But sometimes he forgets. Now, if you look very closely, there's Wendell, and he's not too happy. He just isn't happy right now. Let's see. Yeah, he's kind of crying. You ready? So because he lives and works underground, most people rarely see Wendell. He doesn't like the sun because the heat can dry him out. And that isn't good for a worm. No. But once in a while, he slithers to the surface at night just to see what's going on. More often, Wendell comes out in the rain when the water allows him to slither into another location where he can slide underground to burrow more again and again. Wendell has an abundance of energy. So there he is. You see him right there? He's burrowing around and he's coming to the surface now because it just rained. He's a cute little guy, isn't he? He doesn't think so. One rain-soaked day, Wendell came to the surface to check things out and maybe crawl to a new home. There was a lot of activity all around him, and much of it wasn't nice. There's Wendell. See him? He's crawling around. What's going on? Let's find out. He looked up and he saw something buzzing around him. "Who are you?" asked Wendell. "My name is Betty B," the bee replied with pride. "I'm very important because I make honey. What do you do?" You see Betty B right there?
Yep.
See her wings?
Yep.
Right? Okay. So what do you do? Betty B asked. "Not much," Wendell said. "I just burrow underground day after day.
Night after night.
Night after night." There she is, very proud of herself. Right? Well, you don't seem very important doing that, said Betty B. "I'm off to make some honey for people to enjoy." That made Wendell feel very sad. After all, the bee was important and all, but all Wendell did was burrow underground. Look at poor Wendell. See, he's so unhappy. See him? See the look on his face? He's very unhappy. A little while later, a California brown spider crawled nearby. "Who are you?" asked Wendell. Here comes the spider, leaving his web. Okay. "Who are you?" asked Wendell. "The name's Sam Spider. You know, I'm pretty important around here. With my elaborate web, I catch insects, such as mosquitoes. And because I eat them, they don't bother people. What do you do?" "Not much," said Wendell. "I just burrow underground day after day."
Night after night.
That's right. There's Sam talking with Wendell right there. That's all he does is burrow underground. "Well," Sam answered, "I have no time for you. I need to spin a larger web, which is very important because that will help me catch more mosquitoes." Okay, off he goes. There's Wendell saying, "Gosh, what about me?" That made Wendell feel very, very sad. After all, the spider was important, and all Wendell did was burrow underground day after day.
Night after night.
You got it. Soon, something beautiful gracefully floated through the air and stopped nearby. "Who are you?" asked Wendell. "What do you think we have there?"
Butterfly.
Yes, a butterfly. "Oh, I'm Bella Butterfly," she said proudly. "I am one of nature's most beautiful creatures. With my style and many colors, I brighten the faces of all who see me. See, she's such a beautiful, happy butterfly. See her?
Well, I like
What do you do? Asked Bella. Not much, said Wendell. I just burrow underground day after day.
night after night.
That's all? Asked Bella. Well, I'd like to stay, but I must fly away with my beautiful wings to make people smile. I have important things to do. That made Wendell feel very, very, very sad. After all, the butterfly was important at all Wendell did was burrow underground. See, Wendell, look at this, how sad his face is. He's a very sad worm. Well, this was one of those times when Wendell wondered why he even bothered to crawl to the surface. All these important creatures, he thought, doing important things, making the world a better place. And all I do is burrow underground day after day. Why couldn't I be important like them? Oh, he's so sad, Wendell. He's just, if a worm could cry, that's what he'd be doing. Maybe worms can cry. Just then, Oliver, the wise old owl, swooped down from a nearby tree and landed next to Wendell. Now, Wendell knows Oliver from other times that Wendell has slithered to the surface at night. My goodness, Oliver said. Why do you look so sad? Do you see Oliver, the wise old owl, talking to Wendell? See him? See, that's the wise old owl, Oliver. Everybody is important except me, Wendell said. Betty Bee makes honey. Sam the spider catches insects. Bella Butterfly shows her beauty to the people all around her. All I do is burrow day after day. Why can't I be important? The wise old owl rubbed his chin with his wing for a moment and looked down at the gloomy worm. You see Oliver rubbing his chin with his wing? Wendell, Oliver said, you're just as important as they are because you burrow underground day after day and you make sure that the ground is broken up and soft. And don't forget, when you burrow those endless tunnels underground, you make room for rainwater to seep into the soil. And we need soft, wet soil for plants to grow. Because of you, Wendell, and others like you, there are flowers for bees to pollinate, there are vines for spiders to spin webs, and all the places for people to watch butterflies fly through the air. Wendell, you are a fine-tuned drilling machine, and the world is a better place for what you do. Wendell smiled. I never thought of it that way. But I am important. I am very important. You see Oliver and Wendell? You see a smile now on Wendell's face? Yeah. He feels really important now. Wendell looked down proudly at the ground beneath him and stared up at Oliver, the wise old owl. Excuse me, Oliver, Wendell said. I have to go. There's a lot of ground beneath me that needs churning. You see Wendell's happy smile now? Yeah.
And I saw him.
And so with that, Wendell slipped under the surface into the ground where he resumed burrowing day after day and only this time with a big smile. Like all of nature's creatures, Wendell was important too. You see that smile? Because Wendell's important just like you're all important. Okay? Thank you.